What is up, guys? If you want games that make you feel like an absolute badass, you're in the right place. Let's just jump straight in.
Targeting the drone first.
Yo, if you have not checked out Stellar Blade yet, you are seriously missing out on some of the most satisfying combat out there. You play as Eve, and she just absolutely shreds through these crazy grotesque monsters like it is nothing. The whole vibe is super fast, and it heavily relies on hitting those perfect parries and dodging at the exact right second. It kind of feels like a mix of Sekiro and Nier Automata, but with its own crazy flashy twist. The animations are so ridiculously smooth, making every single combo you pull off feel super rewarding. Honestly, once you get the timing down and start slicing through bosses without taking a single hit, you feel like an absolute god. It is just pure, flashy, action goodness that keeps you completely hooked from start to finish.
Is retired.
What is it?
Just some old tech
Bro,
to get off the street.
Spider-Man 2 is straight up a dream for anyone who even remotely likes superheroes. Swapping between Pete and Miles on the fly never gets old. And the combat? Way punchier this time, especially when Pete rocks that symbiote suit. You just toss dudes around like actual ragdolls. Then you got Miles with his broken bioelectric powers that basically nuke the whole block. You're constantly zipping around, dodging, webbing guys up, and hitting these crazy air combos. It honestly feels like you're choreographing a Marvel movie from your couch. They dialed in the flow so perfectly. Every punch, every web strike just has that satisfying thwack to it. Clearing out a whole rooftop without ever touching the ground is the best feeling. You literally become the webhead. It's just too good, man.
Okay, rebooting the altimeter.
Spider-Man! Cool if I borrow this?
This is really, really exciting.
Okay, listen. Nioh is brutal, but like in the best way possible. If you love games that make you suffer before you win, this is it. The depth is just nuts. You have different stances for every weapon, meaning you can swap from super fast pokes to massive swings in a heartbeat. And that key pulse mechanic? Absolute genius. Time it right, and your stamina just snaps back, making you literally unstoppable. It plays like a crazy rhythm game hidden inside a bloody samurai slasher. Yeah, you're gonna die. A lot. But finally learning a boss pattern and absolutely wrecking them? Biggest dopamine hit ever. It asks for 100% of your focus. Mastering those crazy deep mechanics is ridiculously rewarding. You gotta try it if you want a real challenge. Dude, Revengeance is just unfiltered chaos. I am absolutely obsessed with it. You're Raiden, a cyborg ninja, and your only real job is turning everything into coleslaw. That blade mode mechanic is still top tier. Time slows down, and you literally chop enemies into tiny little cubes exactly how you want. So satisfying. And we have to talk about the soundtrack. The heavy metal just kicks into overdrive right when a boss fight hits its peak, hyping you up out of your mind. It's so over the top and goofy, but it fully embraces the madness. Parrying a massive Metal Gear ray, sprinting down its missiles and slicing it in half, that's literally just the tutorial. It's loud, fast, and unapologetically ridiculous. If you haven't played this masterpiece yet, what are you even doing? So look, Monster Hunter World completely flips the script. You can't just button mash here. It's all about heavy, deliberate hits and actually learning how your gear works. There are 14 weapon types, and swapping weapons feels like booting up a totally different game. You're hunting these gigantic, terrifying dinosaurs. So you gotta watch them, wait for that one perfect opening, and then completely unleash on them. Hitting a full combo with the great sword right on a monster's skull? The crunch is unreal, best feeling ever. Sure, the game is a massive grind, but getting a squad together to take down a massive elder dragon at 2 a.m. is peak gaming. It takes patience and timing. When it finally clicks, though, say goodbye to your free time because you're hooked.
You bird-faced mug.
Man, Black Myth Wukong is gorgeously insane. Playing as the Monkey King feels incredibly smooth right out of the gate. The combat? Straight up magical. Instead of parrying everything, you're heavily relying on these perfectly timed dodges. It gives fights this relentless, aggressive pacing. You're just spinning this magical staff, dropping crazy combos, and chaining spells to absolutely bully mythical bosses. Want to freeze a giant tiger in place? Do it. Want to transform into a bug mid-fight? Go for it. The variety is just off the charts. It's tough as nails, yeah. But the controls are so insanely tight that every single death is totally on you. The pure spectacle of these boss fights makes every single win feel so incredibly earned. It's an epic journey you seriously can't miss out on.
Got it.
Bro, Ninja Gaiden 4 is finally real, and it totally delivered. Platinum Games teaming up with Team Ninja, biggest brain move ever. Ryu is back, looking sharper than ever, slicing dudes up at the speed of light. Plus, the new character Yakumo brings this entirely fresh, aggressive energy to the mix. It's brutally hard, obviously, but the mechanics feel so insanely polished and precise now. You're throwing out these blindingly fast combos, dodging rockets by an inch, and using wild new weapons to clear out whole rooms of fiends. It keeps that punishing old-school difficulty, but injects all this flashy modern style. Trust me, once you lock down those crazy parry timings and weapon swaps, you literally feel like the deadliest ninja alive. It's intense, stressful, and honestly, an absolute masterpiece. Guys, Ghost of Tsushima is basically playing a samurai movie. Stepping into Jin Sakai's shoes makes you feel unbelievably cool. The fighting is super grounded. It's all about switching up your stances on the fly to counter whatever weapon the enemy is holding. The clashing swords sound amazing. And triggering those instant kill standoffs right before a massive brawl literally never gets old. You really gotta watch their shoulders and strike the second they mess up. Plus, using your sneaky ghost gear, like tossing kunai or dropping a smoke bomb when you're surrounded, lets you totally dominate the field. It's elegant, the animations are flawless, and every boss duel feels so heavy and personal. Flinging the blood off your katana before sheathing it just hits different. It's an absolute must-play, bro.
Come to avenge his honor.
Yo, Sekiro straight up ruined other action games for me. The combat system is literally flawless. It ditches stamina completely for this intense posture gauge. You can't just block. You have to aggressively parry everything to break them down. You're right in their face, clashing swords non-stop. It feels like this beautiful, high-speed, lethal dance, When you finally pull off a Makiri counter, literally stepping on a dude's spear mid-thrust, you feel like a total god. Not gonna lie, it will absolutely destroy you for the first few hours. But the exact moment that rhythm finally clicks in your head, pure magic. Nothing else even comes close to that feeling. Taking down those ridiculously hard bosses gives you the biggest rush ever. Alright, the undisputed king has to be Devil May Cry 5. Nobody does stylish action better, period. You bounce between 3 different characters, and they all play so insanely differently. Dante is a whole game by himself. You're swapping guns, swords, and fighting styles mid-air just to keep one massive combo alive. The style meter literally judges you, forcing you to get creative and stop using the same boring moves. Smashing a demon in the face with a motorcycle, while the heavy metal soundtrack screams in the background. Peak gaming. There is zero debate. This combat system is the GOAT.